Alright, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Want to begin by giving our glory and praises to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kakodash.
Alright, double honors to our beloved elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And shalom to all the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. It's the brother Itazawam.
Ready to call?
Alright, from the GMS Columbus, Ohio branch. Alright, coming back again with another, video. Alright, and pretty much I'm gonna put this under the state of the world, all right, banner, all right, series, or group chat between me and a brother, and we're just gonna briefly speak upon the shit that's going on with Venezuela. All right, you got your man, what's his name, Mardo, Nicholas Mardo, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Maduro, yep, the water. Who was captured by Trump. All right,
and his wife.
Yeah, and his wife. And it's funny because why? they Esau, is the biggest fucking liar on the planet. All right, we get that estranged from the womb real quick. Because they try to push the antic, drug trafficking, et cetera, et cetera. But we know it's all for the resources, the oils, all right, so on and so forth, man. And this man is just a complete liar. All right. He's a colonizer, okay? And he wants to, reap everything to himself, okay? And put all nations under his subjection and rule, all right? But he uses deceitful tactics, all right? Lies, propaganda, media, all right? To push these very motives in the planet. But you got it. If you want to speak on something,
Yeah, I heard this. So Psalms 58 verse 3 says the wicked are estranged from the womb.
Mm-hmm.
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Right, like you said, the whole drug trafficking situation, etc. Which we know, like, how's drugs getting in here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got, glimpses of how, they allow, cocaine, etc. to get into the United States, via the CIA. All right, so it's just all types of, backdoor methods, like I said, media, so on and so forth, that this devil pushes on the people, all right, to justify his wickedness, to justify his colonization, to justify, him, okay, exploiting different nations, okay, and going in to steal their resources, etc. Now they're going to be in control of Venezuela, but you want to speak on something?
Yeah, because see, it's funny about Esau because Esau makes these laws, makes these regulations, from the Constitution to everyday laws, etc. And then, he makes these pacts also with these different nations, signs these treaties, etc. And then, all in all, he has a way around everything that he's put in place. But he only sets these things up to put himself in a good light, and then once it's not appeasing to him, he'll find a way around that. All right, and then still all in that same breath trying to keep themselves in the light that they're in the right. But all in all, they've always been wrong.
You see, he devises, wickedness upon his devils, that Michael, if I'm not mistaken. But I had got this proverb real quick. This is Proverbs 19, and I'm gonna just jump to 19 and 9. It says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. You see? And that's what's ultimately going to happen to Esau Edom, man. All right, he's going to perish. Because like I said again, just establishing this man's a liar. All right, which we read in that Psalms 58. Okay, he is estranged from the womb. You see, all the craftiness, etc. This man uses. Okay, again, to pillage nations, so on and so forth. All right, he will have to pay for, man. You see, and real quick, can you grab that Habakkuk 2, where it says, we can start at like verses 5.
Yeah. Habakkuk 2, starting at verse 5.
Or was 3, start at 3.
Yeah.
Spirit in him is,
Habakkuk 2 and verse 3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Mm-hmm.
They will tarry, wait for it,
Mm-hmm.
because it will surely come and it will not tarry."
Right, concerning the times, ultimately, we know, MOTB, so on and so forth, is, in the mixture, all right? But yeah, the vision is yet for a point in time. Even, concerning World War III, all the visions, all right, have their set time, okay? The prophecies, they have their set time to, ultimately, be prescribed in the planet Earth. You see, and it's speaking. And things like this, World War, talks of World War III, just the Heavenly Father gathering the nations as it is written in Zephaniah. Real quick, let me just grab that. Said my determination is to gather the nation. This is, part of the vision, all right, that's being prescribed in the planet Earth. Zephaniah 3 and 8 says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." Right, so even those small skirmishes like this, okay, is all pointing to what? End time prophecy, man. You see, this devil, all right, or America, so on and so forth, is just constantly fucking with nations, poking at them, okay? Being Debo, as brother's been saying, like America's, it's Debo, to the other nations. They're getting tired when they about to pick up that brick like and slap this devil upside his head, man. All right?
Nah, that's real, because and I've been seeing watching a lot of news on this specific ordeal, and it's really a lot bigger than it seems, because I'm looking at all the other nations reacting to it. They're putting their 2 cents in on it. Like the brother said, these other nations are not happy. The only people that's backing America right now is Israel.
Yeah.
That's it. Everyone else, even some of their allies, is not riding with the motives that Esau or that America is pushing.
Mm-hmm.
You see.
Come.
So it's only a matter of time before things really get popping off. And then just a side note, the MOTB talks is heavy. You know what I'm saying? And Trump is wearing his wickedness on his sleeve these days, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's not worried about how nobody feel or nothing. I seen a press conference with him, and somebody asked him something about asked him about the oil tankers he took. He's like, yeah, we're gonna keep them. He said we might sell them, we might use them. Like, don't give a fuck. Yeah, like what? You took that shit. What's he gonna say? Stole that shit.
Yeah.
Like for real, he took it and blatantly saying like, yeah, we might use it, we might sell it, we gonna keep it, we put it in our reserves. Like, damn, Trump is really coming down with that hammer, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's prophecy speaking in itself. You see?
God, real quick, you said the hammer. This is Jeremiah 50:22. It says, "A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?" Right. So now this devil is likened unto the hammer of the whole earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but eventually this man is going to be cut down. It's like I just read in our Proverbs 19 and 9. It says, he that speaketh lies shall perish, roughly paraphrasing. All right. How is Babylon becoming desolation among the nations? Right. We understand that ultimately that's going to happen via World War III. Okay, ultimately from the thermonuclear missiles. You see? So, again, this man is the hammer of the whole earth, man. He's just going around just, like whack-a-mole. Just popping off, you know what I'm saying? Just doing what the fuck you want. Alright? But in due time, the motherfucking groundhog's gonna come up out that machine and attack his ass, symbolically speaking.
Yeah.
But ultimately, man, and it comes from what this man's colonization tactics, all right, his greediness, his insatiable appetite, concerning the resources of the world, etc., trying to hoard everything to himself. You see, and ultimately he's gonna cough all that shit up, man. Because really he a lot of the gold reserves, etc. He is getting ready for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
You feel me? So when we, zing through the bunk, whatever, the vaults, etc., whatever he got living around, all these other nations, all right, we're going to take it, build up our cities, so on and so forth, man.
Yeah, real quick, just because you said other nations, I've been thinking about that all day today too. Like, we can't get caught up in, because these other nations is getting torn down, that don't mean that they ain't wicked too.
Right, yeah.
I had to think about that, which, it's something that's always, there, but, something that kind of gets pushed to the side, because I woke up this morning and I seen what Trump did to Venezuela. I'm like, damn, he going wild. But then I'm like, man, there's some wicked niggas over there too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Two tribes.
Yeah. So, they all wicked, man, but, Esau, man, he's just the chief wicked man,
Yeah, see, the Lord, he always kills two birds with one stone. All right, he's bringing judgment. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I was just looking up the 12 tribe sign, but they got fucking 12 tribe signs on eBay for $250.
Shit. But yeah, I was watching some more stuff on it, and Trump has already got his sight on who he got next.
Mm-hmm.
He going after Mexico next, from speculation, of course, but he had a interview. Let me see.
I think those Venezuelans is Asher, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see if I can find this article, because he was going into somebody was asking him about something about the cartel and everything like that. Trump is like, yeah, we have relationships with the president of Mexico and everything like that, and he was like, yeah, the cartel runs Mexico, etc. Saying? He's like, yeah, we got to do something about Mexico too. Saying? This is right after he did the shit with Venezuela. You see, so Trump is on a tear right now to conquer many nations. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that spirit you could keep on in that Habakkuk.
Yep, it's Habakkuk 2 verse 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith."
This nigga's soul ain't upright. This man is just contrary to life, you know what I'm saying, etc. Because even in our situation, we ultimately, when we get our kingdom established, we're going to pull resources from all the heathen, etc. But they're going to have their own land. We're not going to have to invade them, pillage them, all right, and do all types of manner of wickedness, deceitful tactics. No, because ultimately we understand that the world is for us, ultimately, so it's ours. We just lending it out to you. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit. We're not going to be like Esau, Edom, and, again, come with all these, economic hitmans and, fucking deteriorate the nations, man. All right? Unless they go off, all right, according to, what's that, Zechariah, What you got? You want to make a point?
Yeah, man. It's the times we're living in is so wild. Like, everything is coming out. Everything is being exposed at a rate that's so broad. I know Jake been seeing that clip. It was like a native Indian sitting down with two Americans, and this is, I think it was like from like a movie, where they were just doing like a, what do you call it, like a reenactment. You know what I'm saying? And it was just showing like, hey, Esau came in and they stole the land. They took the land, and they're trying to bargain with this Native American for his land, but telling him what he can get out of his land. And the Native American's like, shit, this is already mine. You know what I'm saying? How you put a deal on the table for him and his shit as if it was yours? You know what I'm saying? And that's what Esau is doing to Venezuela. That's what he's doing to Mexico and everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? That he tries to take his whatever in. It's going to take his rulership.
Come.
You know? It's happening at a rapid pace right now as well.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Deuteronomy 19:14, it says, Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance. Right? You believe, you the people and shit, right? It says, which they have of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land of Yahweh, that God giveth thee to possess it. So you ain't supposed to be removing men's landmarks. This was ordained by the Heavenly Father, through the Spirit. Which we know all in all, this is the Lord's movie, all right? But this is how it's playing out through the Spirit. It's one of them things where, the Lord is just beyond our comprehension. So this is how he got it playing out on the planet Earth, man. This is his movie. This is his film, all right? And according to his film, you're going to fuck off, man. And for that, you're going to be punished. But you got it in Habakkuk.
Yep. Back in Habakkuk 2 and verse 5, it says, Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
See, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. See? This man don't know how to sit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? He like fucking, what's the nigga, Ricky Smiley when he played on Friday?
Yeah.
He just, breaking in the nigga breaking in the nigga house. This nigga trying to go through the window. On the joint, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, man, this dude can't get enough, bro. This stupid shit, man. Alright? But you got it, bro.
It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Right, who enlargeth his desire as hell, like the grave. It's just endless, His desire is endless. It's like the grave is just people die every day, B. It's just like, a constant thing. It's just, it's just endless. So that's his desire. It's like, he just can't get enough. He sees something he wanted, he gonna take it. And it's so fucked up to the point where he goes and colonizes all these different nations, pillages them, takes their resources, and then wonder why they fucked up and want to come here.
Yep.
Then wonder why you got immigrants. Because, nigga, you done took everything from them. And they zening everything that you got, so it's like, now, I want to go where shit at. Ain't that that's some crafty shit. You destroy and plunder nations, then wonder why people flock here. You know what I'm saying? Because you done took, some decades or, centuries ago, you went to their lands and fucked them over, man. Wonder why Mexicans want to come over here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's Esau for you. Just completely wicked, man. Malachi 1 and 4. Alright? That's something, yeah.
And people think that this dude can be saved, or that he's supposed to be one with us, or we supposed to be cool with this dude. Come on, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
There's no fucking way. There's literally no way.
Right? How couldn't he be Edom?
How couldn't he be?
Right? Because a lot of motherfuckers say, oh, he's the white man is Japhet, the Europeans, Etruscans, so on and so forth. No, when you go into it, when you deal with it, and Esau tried to stray away from it. We know he conquered, them Japhetic people, moved, north, etc. All right. You see, Europe and all that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know Japhetic people were mingled in it, all right, because they were the island dwellers, as prophesied out in Genesis, when they received, Shem, Ham, and Japheth received their inheritance, all right? But Japheth isn't, the one doing all the wickedness in the planet, bro, all right? It's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, But some more on that?
Yeah, can I read an NLT?
Go ahead, bro.
It's Habakkuk 2 and verse 5 in the NLT. It says, wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. They open.
Right, and that's just Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Yeah. It says, the wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. And I think I was talking with a dude at work. And you know, when you pay attention, all these fucking Edomite elites, you know what I'm saying, from Bill Gates and all these dudes, they just finding ways to get richer and richer and richer. Which the money and shit that they have could last them a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's never enough for Esau. It's never enough.
Mm-hmm.
You old and nasty as hell.
What are you, a billionaire?
And you still running around trying to do this and that, bro. Go get you an island and go sit the fuck down.
Sit the fuck down. Yeah, get you some hotties.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about, like...
But no, you want to run around the world causing more and more ruckus. Nigga, Trump like 70 something.
Yeah, like 77 or something. How old is that nigga? Like 73 or something?
These niggas be old, like old.
They just, niggas old and bored.
Some are drinking blood and shit, man.
Right.
But back in it says, wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest.
79, nigga, 80-year-old.
God damn. Orange as hell.
Orange in a bitch, still got that weak ass spray tan, man.
Wow.
Look at him smacked. See the Trump, but I fuck with Trump though.
Yeah.
Cause he getting shit done.
He's sniping shit.
He's
for
getting
sure.
shit done.
Yeah.
You know through the spirit, the elites using this man very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Look at him. This is it. Yeah. You know, it's your boy. Oh shit, they sick.
I'm weak. Yeah, he's definitely doing a number, man. And real talk, man. If we even get to his last year or whatever, I wouldn't expect another election.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and even him and some other people said that, you know, it won't be another election. You know, we're coming in that time.
Bro.
You know, and you know, it's a way where the elections can be voided because of martial law, etc.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so don't be surprised come the next election if we make it there.
Yeah.
If we make it there, because the way shit's going, I don't know.
Lord willing, we don't, bro.
Yeah.
Alvarez's eye, you know?
Yeah. Because, you know, you hear about all these things, Agenda 2030, all these different things, you know what I'm saying, going on. So say we get to the 2028, you know what I'm saying, it's time for the next election.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be surprised some big shit pop off then. Ain't gonna be no another election. They're trying to really put that foot down, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to put it down, man, you know?
Come on.
But I'm gonna finish this real quick.
Yeah.
It says, wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples.
You see? And that's what, you know, they're doing. You know, Babylon to beat America. You know, these Edomites swallowing up nations, swallowing them whole. You talking about, like, just, you know, like, what the fuck you got your man's in his way for? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Esau, Edom, you know, he builds up these fake cases, you know, and uses all the you know, like he has in time past, the scientific racism and shit. Use all these, you know, tactics to justify his wickedness and for him going again to colonize nations and the pillage and rob them from their resources, man. All right, because they're not living, you know, to the means and standards of America.
Right.
You see? But that's Esau for you, bro. So again, like the brother made mention, he said, how couldn't this man be the wicked? How couldn't this, you know what I'm saying? Like, how couldn't he be? Look what the fuck he's doing. Look at his track record, man. This man is a fucking maniac. All right? This shit is crazy, man. Here it is. We 3 days in the new year. This man, all right, let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Out the gate. You know what I'm saying?
The nigga ended the year with a bombing.
Yeah.
And Nigeria said it was a Christmas present. Coming to New
That's
Year,
six-
bombing
that's
shit.
That's why I fuck with Trump.
That
He be
nigga's
funny
wild,
as
bro.
fuck, man. He be saying some wild shit, bro. It's a proud ass Edomite, and we love it. We love it because it's like this is what's gonna make the ending so much better. Knowing a nigga like Trump who talks shit, who boastful, who proud. Oh, I'm about to look up how many missile strikes Trump sent. No, not this president's. Yeah, I don't know, 2025. I'm just curious because I think was watching, I think the Elder Yasha one, but he went through a number of them. No, it's Nigeria, Venezuela,
Syria.
Yeah, it's a couple more though, if I'm not mistaken. Or
He hit Iran.
Iran.
And June hit their nuclear sites. Houthi targets in Yemen, Caribbean, Pacific. I just look up missile strikes issued by Trump 2025.
That came up in the AI?
Yeah.
By Trump. Why am I showing pop up? That's weird. Whatever, you can name them, bro, if you got them. Or, you know, the few.
Yeah.
One more time.
Hold on. Okay. It says in 2025, under President Donald Trump's second term, the U.S. conducted significant missile airstrikes in Yemen against Houthis in the Red Sea, Venezuela, Caribbean, targeting alleged drug traffickers, and Nigeria against ISIS-linked militants. So, like, alongside major operations in Syria, retaliating for U.S. soldier deaths marked increased military actions in response to regional threats and terrorism, with the Venezuelan campaign becoming particularly intense by the year's end. And then it goes into Yemen, Venezuela, Nigeria, Syria, Iran. Yep.
Is that it?
Hold on. It says in this site is called Military Times. It says a year of strikes, U.S. military operations surge. It says since taking office on January 20th, 2025, Trump has overseen at least 626 airstrikes, according to data compiled by the Armed Conflict Location.
This nigga's not playing, bro. He just going through, you know, like a motherfucking mobster with the Tommy gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, this man is on some other shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, Lord willing, expect what's it called? A lot of turmoil, 2026, Lord willing. All right, because ultimately, we need all these things to come to pass in order for, you know, us to be put in our land, put in our kingdom, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We need Trump to, you know, continue to jump off the cliff, jump off the edge with this shit. All right. We need more bomb strikes, more, you know, controversy, more wars and rumors of war. All right. That prophecy may be forwarded, more talks of the MOTB. Can't forget about the 6G shit that just hit.
Yep.
All right. So, you know, all these things are pointing to one direction, is the end. All right. And we understand the end of this age, all right, brings in forth the beginning of a new age, where Yasharala, beginning with our beloved and Lord Yahweh Shai, all right, rules the planet Earth. You see? So again, man, may, you know, the Heavenly Father continue to shorten the days and hasten, okay? And continue to work. Can you get that real quick? Let's end off with that Psalms 110. It's time for thee to work, oh Yahweh. All right, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? So, apparatus, you know, things continue to ramp up in the planet. Yep, and then we get on out of here.
Got this Psalms 119 and verse 126. It said, "It's time for thee, Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law."
Right, it's time for thee to work. You know what I'm saying? The Lord working. You know, Proverbs 21, real quick as well. All right, the Lord is playing with the minds, you know, of these elites, playing with the minds of these rulers, etc. Okay, got the angels sent to, you know, work, you know, do the bidding of Yahweh. All right, so many things continue to increase, man.
You want me to start at the top?
Yes, first verse.
Yeah, Proverbs 21 at the top said, the king's heart is in the land of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. Oh, Slaka. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right, see? So that's what's happening. It's all, like, come on, man. That's why you got Trump on some bullshit. Alright, but through the spirit, we understand that the elites, etc., know that their time is up. You know, so it's like, you know, he backed up in the corner and he just pawing away, trying to, nah, bro, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But you want to make any more points?
Yeah, I just want to get this next verse real quick, and it's Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2, verse 6 in NLT. It says, but soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you, thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You become rich by extortion. But how much longer can this go on? And it ain't much longer.
Yeah.
For this shit is over with, man.
Lord got a Rico case on this devil. You know what I'm saying? Because like for us, we get punished quickly. Damn, Salaki, bro. Get 2 Maccabees 2 or 2 Maccabees 6. Oh fuck. Damn. 2 Maccabees 6. I think 13. Yeah, start at 13.
2 Maccabees 6, starting at verse 13, it says, for it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished.
Right, so it is good, when you go off and do wrong, concerning us as a nation, when we do wrong, etc., the Lord will our ass right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Just like, dealing with Solomon. Once he went off, the kingdom was rent. After, a short period of time, 40 years, once he got into his old age, etc., all right, and start going off, what happened? The kingdom, was rent. All right? But that's one more verse in that. And
verse
we need the
15.
best. Let me see. Continue to read it there, but I'm going to try to pull it up in the GNT.
He says, verse 14, for not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish.
See, he patiently forbeareth to punish. So when he deal with the nation of Israel, he whoop our ass immediately, like a mom, or the black family. You know what I'm saying? When we do something wrong, we get whooped right in there. We get put in check, immediately. All right. But in the case for the wicked, he patiently waits. He lets it, lets it stack up. You can continue.
It says, till they become to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us.
See? Till they come in the fullness of their sins. Real quick, I'm going to read that in the GNT. It's 2 Maccabees 6 in the GNT, verse 13 says, in fact, it is a sign of kindness to punish a person immediately for his sins, rather than to wait a long time. You see, Yahweh does not treat us as he does other nations. He waits patiently until they have become deeply involved in sin before he punishes them. You see, but he punishes us before we have sinned too much. Like I said, I just gave the analogy, of like parenting. You know what I'm saying? When you got a child, you whoop their ass right away when they go off. But for this case, the Heavenly Father dealing with the other nations, man, he's letting their sins pile up, stack up, so he could just, what I'm talking about, completely annihilate them, man.
Yeah, just like, when the FBI and shit investigating, they watching you, they letting you get your rocks off, letting you do all your shit, so that way they can have a big ass case against you, and it's nothing you can do or say to get out of it.
Can't refute. Ain't no lawyer gonna be able to help you. Ain't nobody gonna speak on your behalf. We got all the evidence, all the proof. Oh yeah, remember this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You must forgot when you threw bombs on him for what?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. You know.
Yeah.
You know. So, hey man, you know, let's pray for a heavy year of prophecy, man, through the Spirit again. Okay, the Lord, or you know, the Lord, you know, via our apostle Tahar, you know, coined this year of apostates and fallouts. You know, because why? It's time's about to get rougher. You know what I'm saying? And we got to brace for impact, fortify our minds, be ready to endure what's about to come down the pipe. You know, because again, we see everything pointing towards the end. You know, before things get better, they got to get worse. So, you know, brother, got anything else? You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, this is edifying to whoever may receive it. Give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Kakodash. Alright, double honors to our beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to all the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. I'll say shalom in the Bible.
Shalom.